the learning for sustainability in our schools, honouring our Māori perspectives and making sure that we're growing respect for diversity of people and cultures. So it's a whole school approach. There's the guiding principles there, and we have a huge plethora of resources that support the learning in schools. There's some lovely pictures of the guiding principles and actions. So you can see student-led research learning, engaging in our environment, looking at reducing waste and ways we can make our schools and our communities more sustainable. Some statistics for you there in terms of the work we're doing that helps support our communities, work that we're doing, work that's helping to support Waipa to become more sustainable. So with our schools, we have 100% of our Enviro schools engaging in zero waste learning and action to some degree. 97% of our schools are doing kaiō food production, 92% in distribution, and this is learning and action to some degree. Again, there'll be a scale of a lot or a little. 92% working creative projects in the landscape, 88% for biodiversity and biosecurity. Water health and conservation, 83%. And you can see energy and ecological buildings are a little low with 67 and 63, but we have new resources that have been developed. So they are just sort of building a momentum in those areas. Often when we think of Enviro schools, the top of mind is that environmental education, but it's whole sustainability. So really factoring in the social sustainability, cultural sustainability, and economic sustainability as well. So just underpinning that we have a huge range of resources to support that. So 99% of our schools engaging with cultural sustainability, 89% for social sustainability, and 75% for economic sustainability. A lot of the work we do is curriculum support, really supporting our school with incredible, valuable resources. You can see there we've got theme kits, we've got an Enviro Schools kit, we've got lots of stories, resources about growing kumara, wai restoration, and these are all available as hard copies for schools, so they get kits, but they're also available online electronically, which means that all of the staff in the schools are able to access these resources. Just going in there, the value of facilitated support. We have a strong supportive team. We love our jobs. We really value what we do, and we aim to go in there and support staff to support students. So we do that through the resources, but also running events. So we have professional development events, we have workshops for students, we have large student engagement events. One of them coming up is we have a climate action camp up at Pirongia, where we have secondary opportunities for really growing that engagement and leadership opportunities for our young people. This is just a little bit of background data that we're able to share with you. We had a large survey census going out. So the Toimata Foundation is our overarching body that the program is theirs, although we have support through regional council and district council. Toimata Foundation holds the kaupapa, all the resources, the intellectual property and the knowledge that we share. They were engaging with external agencies to actually run the census, to have good knowledge to support the work that we're doing to really back up the mahi in the area. So this is just a little bit of information that the survey came about. So making a difference to councils, this is probably quite pertinent for you all here, the ability to achieve council community outcomes and priorities. So the green area is strongly positive and somewhat positive, and the pink area is no difference, and then don't know, not sure. So you can see there that we are making a difference in terms of community participation in council initiatives, complementing relationships with council's other educational initiatives. We work with a lot of different groups and stakeholders, building those partnerships and a lot of community collaborations is really important in terms of growing the mahi. We're all doing slightly different things, but we work together for the same gains. Value of being part of a nationwide initiative and leveraging greater impact through co-investment. EnviroSchools in the community, and again, you can see there's lots of lovely, strongly positive or somewhat positive children, young people initiating and taking action on sustainability issues that are important to them. This is vital, and this is part of our empowered students, that really overarching aim of the kaupapa. Improvement of health of the taio, the environment, so actually making real change that we can see. Increasing community participation in sustainability initiatives, understanding the link between health of people. I can keep reading these all out, but you do have the data there. You've got the whole presentation. Making a difference personally. Again, as someone who works within the program, it's changed my whole view of how to be. And I would hope that all people who are engaged with the program do feel and see things differently and actually want to make a difference for change. In the region, we are quite large, so 200 EnviroSchools, over 200, and that's including preschools. And we would like to grow that, you know, I'm not saying take over the world, but we would like all schools to be an EnviroSchool. To some degree, everyone doesn't need to be engaged at the upper level, but we really do want everyone on the waka moving towards the growing sustainability across the area, across the country, across the world. In the Waipa district, myself and my colleague Camilla, who's over there, work as facilitators. So I tend to be in the Cambridge area, Camilla's Te Awamutu side, so we're split. And 64% of the schools in Waipa are EnviroSchools, which is great. Again, we're working towards that 100%. The links there, so there are story links that you'll have, and we have Te Miro here today who will share some of their story about their Beyond Green Gold and the work they're doing in the school. And we have another case study there about Waipa Voices with students contributing to the long-term plan. We're working with Cambridge for Sustainable Transport, the Mangatotiri Corridor, Freshwater Inquiry with Cambridge High and Te Miro. There's work that just keeps growing and building, and often, so we have annual planning sessions with schools every year, but things change and adapt, and we change and adapt to support them. So often something that wasn't quite there but has come about from student inquiry will come up and we'll say, yep, let's run with that. So always moving forward. A lovely story here about Parongia School with the tech arts and their eco lab. So inquiry, creative projects, looking at zero waste principles, a whole lot of things going on there. Using the action learning cycle, that's another one of our inquiry resources to get their project moving from start to finish. We have the Te Miro Beyond Green Gold reflection. I might actually come back to this because the students want to present on that, but I will quickly whip through. We have the Climate Action Camp. I'm not sure if I can click on the link for the video. Is anyone able, or the wee arrow, the wee red arrow? Did you? Do we have time to listen to that, or do you think we should move forward onto student presentations? Yeah, I feel like I've talked enough. I would love for you to have a look at that, though. We do have the Climate Action Camp coming up, and so it'd be really great. This is it's an ongoing event that we're now running for secondary, and this will be the second time we're holding it in 2 weeks' time. So it was very exciting to host it, but I would like to welcome students from Te Pāhu to come up and present on their sustainability actions and mahi in their school. Kia ora.
So this is on? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks.
There we go. Oh,
Oh.
I pushed it too
Oh,
fast.
yeah, it's good.
Zoe.
Ko pirongia toko maunga, ko waipa toko awa, ka kaniwhaniwha toko manga, ko tānui te waka, ko waikato te iwi, ko Ngāti Mahunga te hapu, ko Mahunga te tupuna, ko te pau toko kura.
Kia ora, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Olivia. Today we are here to introduce you to how our amazing school helps our whenua and our tangata.
At Pahu School, we believe that the environment is vital to our well-being, and we have a value called kaitiakitanga. To us, it is about developing pathways of sustainability, confirming the vital place of the environment in the future and in the minds of the coming generations. We commit to a long-term sustainability journey where we connect and explore with the environment.
At Te Pahu, we are passionate about waste reduction and have many ways of lessening the problem. We use worm farms for most natural fruit and vegetable waste, TerraCycle toothbrushes, toothpaste, pens, pencils and coffee capsules, compost, Rat-Free Wednesdays, we'll get to that later, waste audits where we scout around the school for rubbish, finding way too much, and chickens we can feed bread scraps to.
As you know, all chickens need a place to live, and Te Pahu School decided that we would be one of those places. Our friends at Bunnings came up and helped us build it. Our hope is that the chickens will help reduce waste by eating bread and meat scraps, which the worms won't eat. They're very fussy. And that they will bring in money to spend on our growing environment. They're also pretty cute.
For our Rat-Free Wednesdays, we, the environment leaders of 2022 and our predecessors, went around to the school's classes and checked the lunchboxes of other children. We did this to see who had plastic of any kind in their lunch and to encourage their parents not to buy individually wrapped food items. They were motivated with the promise of house points. These were statistics. As you can see, we've got house points up on all those ones.
Over the years, the people of Te Pahu School have pulled together to help our whenua by creating many wonderful areas. We have done this by upgrading our grounds and installing butterfly gardens, planting native trees, our Year 8s planting their floral contributions, our orchard, veggie plots, bug houses, stepping stone garden, and our nursery.
As a part of this year's school improvement project, we are working to enhance our native bushes' magnificence. We've had many ideas on how to upgrade the forest, which include removing plastic, expanding it, creating better paths so no one tramples on the seedlings, and labelling the native trees.
Te Pahu School also has a Year 7-8 responsibility program, and as a part of that, we have Enviro Leaders. In addition, in the year 2020 alone, a program was set up called the Nature Nerds for a range of students, including us. These two groups have completed a wide range of activities, including planting with Landcare, pest tunnels, DNA testing the stream, recycling plant visits, Kaitiakitanga trust planting, the Great New Zealand Bird Count, bat tracking at the Kaniwhaniwha, and more. More so, the Nature Nerds were the first to discover bats living in that area, which was a huge milestone for the team and the community. Thank you for listening to us. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, look, that was amazing, girls. It's awesome. I've got a question about the bats. How did you discover that you had them? Did you have some bat boxes installed?
So what we put some microphones up in the trees around the area with some people organizations that I sadly can't remember. This was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And so using those microphones, we looked at the like the frequencies of them, and so we found the frequencies of bats that for the location.
Cool. Awesome. That's great stuff. Well done. Mike,
Yeah.
Mr. Councillor Peter,
Yeah.
he's a teacher. So he'll be very teacher.
Well done, girls. Fantastic presentation, and really have gone beyond that green gold sort of scope. And I love the way you've maintained this over several years. So I've got a couple of questions. One is that Rat-Free Wednesday. What are the challenges around trying to get children and more so their parents to actually get rid of the plastic?
Could you please repeat that? I didn't quite
Yeah.
catch your wording.
Yeah. So what are the challenges that you've offered some incentives for children not to bring plastic on a Wednesday into the lunch boxes? How's that going for you? How are you getting the children to change?
Because, well, we've got a house shield for our school, and as we said earlier, the house points, you earn house points by having a wrap for your lunchbox, and you get a chance to go into a drawer. The result of the drawer, though they did not know that, since that could discourage them, was actually a packet of seeds for them to plant.
I like that. I like that. I was at a school once and the Enviro Warriors. I reckon you should rebrand yourself, not the Nature Nerds. I think you've probably inherited that. You should come up with maybe a new name, because you guys are definitely not nerds.
The Nature Nerds was just a one-year program, since the teacher running it had left the school.
Right, right, fine. Yeah, the children at a school I was at once, at assemblies, they would give out vegetables from the garden for children that have been doing great things around the Enviro school principals. So, yeah, well done. Great to hear.
Fantastic. Any other questions for these two nature nerds? Mark is a fully fledged nerd. Look, you're doing some wonderful stuff. It's really exciting to see. And as I said before, my involvement with Enviro schools was some time ago. So it's really neat to see it becoming more the norm rather than the exception. So, and you're living it, you're breathing it, you're doing it in everyday life, and it becomes part of who you are. So it's really cool to see. Well done. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Introduce the students from Te Miro. They're actually going to do their own PPH, but this is a little bit of background. They did their Beyond Green Gold reflection at the end of last year. These two students were part of the reflection team, and they created their own statement to reflect how they feel. So at Te Miro School, we have a deep feeling for our environment. The students are actively engaged in making decisions. It has effects on our school, community and planet. They have the knowledge and confidence to think, act, to create a sustainable future. The school is connected with surroundings and changes that can be seen across all aspects of a sustainable community, including changes to our local ecology, lifestyle, how decision-making is shared and how we interact and how culture is valued. Everyone makes decisions and takes actions that are good for people and nature. And those are some of our sort of key words that reflect that. I'm going to hand it over to you guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Ko Waikato te awa, ko te mero tuku kura, ko manga tautari, ko manga kawa ngā maunga. Ko ārai tuku ingoa, no mai haere mai.
Ko manga tautari, ko manga kawa ngā maunga. Ko Waikato te awa, ko te mero tuku kura, ko Sophie tuku ingoa, no mai haere mai. Learning for sustainability. Learning about sustainability in our day-to-day life for our future. We do this at our school and in our bush class, and we learn from our kaitiaki, Laura. She teaches us about the worms, the trees, our greenhouse, and our orchard, so that one day we can teach others. Learning about our environment and how to work with it for sustainability are key skills that all students have learnt.
Parents from the community come into the school to help guide and teach children in different skills. We saw some of our resources from local community providers like Raw Honey and Adams Nursery. Also, we have experts come in like literature expert Peter Tate and video expert Mr. Slaughter.
As you can see, as you can see up here, we have a picture of the beeswax wraps that we have for sale, and a picture of some students who have been going on bike lessons with someone from our community.
Into nature. Students Students constantly get to go out into nature and have learnt to work with it. When we go down to our bush, all students get a chance to learn about it and play in their environment. Activities they participate in include pest trapping, survival skills, building fires, shelter making, knot tying, and keeping ourselves safe in the bush. We even do meditation. The curriculum are integrated throughout. We all like coming to the bush and it feels like home.
Some of the pictures we have up here are students getting their hands dirty and going for bushwalks. Empowered students. Students all get a voice. They get to make decisions and get chances to show leadership in our school. Students become confident and competent, working with adults in an equal partnership.
Students get plenty of opportunity to lead in front of others, to make decisions and be role models. As a part of the Year 7 and 8 Pounamu Challenge, the Wilderness Camp demands courage, collaboration, and creative problem solving. It is hard and lots of fun. The bush class prepares us for this.
Every year, our school holds a tree planting ceremony where new pupils to the school get to plant a tree to contribute to our bush. This symbolizes the students growing with all the others around them.
Different planting takes place in the shade house, where crops are grown for gardens and succulents and seedlings are grown for people to buy. We also get native trees from a local nursery to create the vision we have for the bike track. Māori perspectives. At Te Mira School, we include Māori perspectives by celebrating events like Matariki, using Te Reo Māori throughout the classroom, and making Te Ao Māori a part of our everyday school life. A group of students go to a whānau day with other schools and learn knowledge about Te Ao and Tikanga Māori and bring back knowledge to share in our classrooms.
From the beginning, all of our class names have been named off native trees: Rimu, Kōwhai, Rata, and the middle room. The middle room was the original classroom of the school, but only recently did we choose to change its new name.
Up here is a photo of some of our students participating in the Kapahaka Festival.
Respect for diversity. Our students are taught to and do respect those who are diverse and of all cultures. We are taught about lots of different celebrations and events like Diwali, Matariki, and others. Last year, a group of Year 7-8 students called the School Reps organized a Ukrainian fundraiser to help evacuate families from Ukraine into Poland. And we ended up raising over $1,000 from the kindness and generosity of the community. We got into contact with the two families that we saved.
We also have fundraisers, including Gumboot Day for mental health, Pink Shirt Day for anti-bullying, and Red Nose Day to help children out of poverty.
Next steps for our 2022 Beyond Green Gold reflection. Some of the next steps we have are refocusing on waste, our bike track development, revisiting our water system, and creation of signs for stories about native rako. Also bush care days and rongoa, learning about growing and making products.
Other ideas we have is making a seasonal fruit calendar, food growing and companion planting for soil health, fruit pruning workshop and fruit picker, the Marakai challenge, a bee flower garden, and exploring more fun challenges at the Community Ag Day.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Oh, well done, girls. That was awesome. Such confident presenters. It makes me feel a little bit like I'm going to be in trouble in years to come, I think. There's any questions for you two? Yes, Philip.
Thank you, and well done, ladies, for your presentation. It's awesome. Where's your bike track at school?
So there was a sheep paddock that was next to our school that so people came in from the community to help excavate and make a bike track, and we got fundraisers and we saved up the money, and so now we have a fully finished bike track, and people have come in with with
it-
Bob Captain.
Is that the domain where the rugby posts are?
No,
It's on the other side.
On the other side of the
Yeah.
horse?
Yeah.
My boys went to Tamero School
Oh, really?
at the turn of the century. They're in
Which
their
century?
mid-20s, so it's about 2000 they were
Oh,
at school, and there was an Enviro school there, so well done.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Bruce,
Those bees wraps that you've got for sale, do you make them or what?
I don't think we do make them, but they're, oh, do we?
Yeah, we've made them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we make them using material and we get the beeswax and we grate it up and then, yeah.
Because, yeah, we also have beehives at our school.
oh, that's cool.
No, I just complimented they're so good for various reasons.
Yeah. Mike,
Yeah, girls. I think you've actually in the past had some girls at the Lions Market that have sold those because I bought some from some girls from Timito School, and my kids use them every day. So well done there. Actually, through Alex, maybe because your school is not too far away from Cambridge Primary, who are also doing similar things. But you've got some great initiatives there. It would actually be really nice if we could bring some kids maybe up from Cambridge Primary to visit you folks. So maybe Alex, we could arrange that next term, when we're back on deck. So well done, girls.
yeah,
Absolutely, Mike. I would love to do that. There's lots of discussions about doing cross-school visits to really grow the knowledge
Yeah.
and inspiration. And one thing that's very special is they have a bush class. So there is a bit of land that is owned by a community member. They walk for a couple of minutes and they have their own native bush where they do the pea stripping, where it's just extraordinary.
so I guess you're really blessed, right? You live in rural area, and I'm the same. So I guess it's a challenge to pick out the parts of the things that you guys are doing that can be relevant for townies. So that's probably going to be a challenge for Mr. Councillor Pettit to pick up and run with and learn from you guys. You can teach him a thing or two. I had a question about the pest trapping. What do you catch most in your traps?
We catch rats mostly.
Yeah.
And then when we go down to the bush, we do a circuit of the bush and we get the rats and then we reset the traps with peanut butter.
They like peanut butter, right?
Yeah. We do have a few stoat traps and a few possum traps, and I think the stoat traps have trapped them once, which is a good sign. And we've had about maybe 4 possums, which means there's not many in the bush, which is
Cool.
great.
Yeah, it's great work. Great work. And I was really impressed to see that you've obviously got a really strong sort of social conscience that extends beyond what you would strictly think is in the Enviro space, which is really exciting to see. It's a whole way of thinking, not just picking out, we wrap our food with bees wraps and now we've done our job. It's actually a bigger way of thinking, right? Which is a really cool thing to see. So well done, girls, and well done to your school and your teachers and staff that support it, because it takes lots and lots and lots of people to support these things to make them really fly. So yeah. And can I say, I know I keep talking about my son, but he was at an Enviro school when he was at primary school, and he's just about to finish his 4th year at university, and he's studying environmental management. So from these things, other things grow, right? Yeah. So, great. Well done, girls. Lovely having you.
Thank
here.
you.
Fabulous. Well, let's have a wee break, and I think